Top 2 ways to make money on Instagram in 2019. Go, Rosie, go. Go, go, go. I just thought that was funny, okay? That setup thing, that's my life. The damn dog shits on the floor, the construction starts right outside the window, that's just what happens, okay? And then we make the YouTube video. All right, back to the YouTube video. What up guys, Ben Oberg here again. Really cool video. This is gonna be very different. Let's get this out of the way. Apparently when you make YouTube videos, you're supposed to tell people to do this, so whatever that pillow says, go ahead and do that real quick. Make sure you get that done. All right, so Lisa Matthews, going to be talking to her. She's gonna be popping on in a second here. Now, the really cool thing about Lisa Matthews is she's chasing down and already making 6 figures per year in the same 2 specific income streams that I've also used that are really profitable, and it's where the trend is, it's where the market is. So don't worry about the shout outs, don't worry about the teenager telling you how to make money on Instagram. They have 5,000 followers, they're not actually an expert themselves, and they're not a business person. I'm a business person, I've made 7 figures. This is what you need to be paying attention to. So where we're gonna be focusing and what Lisa's gonna be talking about with you guys is the results that she's getting, how she got started, why Instagram, kind of how she found me and got started with my training. She's been through the Instagram Mastery program, so she's well informed, she's certified, she knows what she's doing, she's a professional, but it wasn't always that way. So she's gonna be sharing with you the top 2 ways to make money on Instagram in 2019. And the thing to realize is both of these are the trends. They're where big players are spending big money. There's a huge demand here, and it's an infinite pool. It's sustainable. You can get it going right now, minimal startup cost, and it's long term. It's gonna be the type of business that you have this week, this month, this year, next year, the next decade. It's where the trend is going, so you could take advantage of that, hop on early, and learn from the expert that's already doing it. So let's get Lisa on the video. Lisa, what up? Thank you for being on here. Really appreciate you taking the time to just do this interview with me.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So let's get into it. Tell everybody that's watching this why you got started with the whole online thing. Like, why not 9 to 5? Why not being a gas station attendant or a grocery clerk or something else? Like, why did you start the online business?
Okay, so I am a stay-at-home mom. I'm actually a trained pharmacist. I was a pharmacist for 10 years. And I decided to spend more time with my family, so I just quit my job and stayed home. But I always wanted to do more than just sit around and change diapers. So I was looking for another way to bring more income and just kind of not do the regular thing. I always have a bigger vision of what the future would look like to me anyway. So awesome. I got started with YouTube because I knew a lot of people got super successful with that. So I was doing a YouTube channel and it was going okay. I had to take some time off, come back on, all of that. And then I also had an Instagram page that was just completely dead. I had no clue about Instagram, how it worked, what to do, what potential was there whatsoever. So I needed to get all of this stuff down because I knew that people were getting super successful online. And doing it online for me meant that I would have more freedom. I could do it from anywhere. I could do it from home. I could do it with my family. So that's why I decided to go that route as opposed to going brick and mortar, go somewhere, because that was just not for me. I don't want someone dictating my schedule, telling me when I have to be somewhere and what I have to wear and all that. So. Sure.
You checked all the points. There's the same thing for me and kind of why I got online too. So when did you start Instagram and what made you kind of move over to the Instagram platform?
So Instagram, I started my YouTube channel in 2016, November, so end of the year.
Okay.
And I started Instagram with that too. Again, had no clue, even though I was using hashtags, putting what I thought were good pictures. Just really no followers. Nobody cared. So,
that was November 2016?
November 2016.
That's when I quit my job and started kind of this whole thing too. That's awesome.
So I'm doing that, getting nowhere, just wasting my time. And then the beginning of this year, 2019, in January, I had 1,000 followers, if that.
January.
And
okay.
There was a lot of people that followed and unfollowed me. I didn't do it, but they were doing it to me, and I really hated that. But,
sure.
I had that, and I made a vision board, and I, set some serious goals for myself because I was just tired of talking about stuff and not really taking action. And I felt like having the vision board was like, okay, you're gonna be staring at this every day, and you're gonna know, hey, you said you were gonna do this, you better do it. So I put in my vision board I was gonna get 10,000 followers on Instagram in a year.
Okay.
And I had no idea how that was gonna happen, but I just kept staring at it. And actually met a friend. She gave me some tips and pointers of what she was doing, and I saw that she was growing. And I started following the stuff that she was doing, and my page started to grow. And I was like, oh wow, that's really crazy. There are a lot of things about Instagram that you do because other people tell you to do it, you don't know why it works and how to use it to your advantage. So even though I was growing and I was growing pretty quickly, I grew my page to 20,000 in like 3 months, and from not being able to do anything for 2 years, I was not sure what I was doing and what were the key things that I was doing that was actually working. And so when I got the course is when like all those like light bulbs started going off, like left and right, and it just really, it made more sense to me, and now I could approach it in like a more strategic way.
Sure.
So instead of just being like, hey, I know this works, let me do it, now I know why it works.
Understanding the why, not the what, but more of the why am I doing the what.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
100%. Okay, so January, 1,000 followers on one account, which is in the home decor niche, right?
Right.
Okay, and then fast forward 3 months later, you're now at 20,000 followers. And then, so that would be January, February, March, April-ish, you're at 20,000 followers.
I started growing it in April.
Oh, okay.
So it was April to June, I think I was. April, May, June, it was like 22,000 or something. And
Okay.
now I think I just hit 36,000 like today.
So you, 36, so you picked up another 14 in a few weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, cool. All right, so then here's the next question that I have then. Like, what did you change about what you're doing? You grew 0 to 22K. What did you change about what you were doing from 22K to 36K?
Oh, I'm a lot, I get smarter with the hashtags, how I use them, what I'm posting. I'm a lot more intentional. I ask more questions. I direct people to my website. Hey, when I post something, it's not just like a pretty picture. I post something that I have something in there that I could sell.
Sure. Okay.
On my store. So people, if they ask questions, where's the chandelier from? Where's this from? Where's that from? They're like, hey, I actually have it. Here's the link.
It's mine. You should buy it.
Instead of just posting something that just looks good and you get a bunch of likes and then that's it.
Okay, so that's gonna lead me to my next things, because I know the people that are watching this right now, they wanna learn about some of the best ways to make money on Instagram, and I know that you've got a couple things going on, so we'll get to that in a second here because I know they're gonna be excited for that. But like, one of the things I'm curious about, because I still really don't know, is how did you come across my program, and really why, because there's a lot of people teaching Instagram. There's thousands of people teaching Instagram. Why my Instagram mastery program over what else was out there, and how did you even find me?
Okay, so once my friend gave me those few tips, I started searching online for, how to grow your Instagram. A lot of people, they pretend like they're going to give you information, but it's just a lot of running around.
Sure.
So, and I found Thor's YouTube channel.
Yep.
And, oh, okay, this guy makes sense. What he's saying, like, it's hitting home. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to start doing this. And he starts talking about like 502 and this 502 strategy. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, I never thought about doing those things. So. And I happened to be up at like literally 3 a.m. when I couldn't sleep. Something bad happened that kept me up that night in particular. And then I saw like the invitation for the webinar. It was actually going to be the encore for the webinar, the intro webinar.
Sure.
And I was like, okay. I don't want to, like, at this point, I think I'd already gotten to 20,000. I'm like, why do I have 20,000 people? Is it just say that I have 20,000 people? Or, like, I'm spending time doing this, like, what am I getting back? Like, time is money. You don't want to just invest. I'm not a little kid to just be like, hey, have a bunch of followers, like you want to put your time in something that's going to give you something back. So
Sure.
I think I'm going to take a chance. Let me see what this webinar is about. So I clicked on it, and the next day it was all kinds of obstacles. I could not get on. My computer wouldn't work, but I got on. Like, it was just so many bad things, but I got on and I was so excited. So within like 5-10 minutes of being on that introductory webinar, I was like this is the stuff, like this is so good. It was so good. I was getting from it was so step by step, the how to get your intro, the part that's like SEO, like why is that bold? Like, did you even know that?
Yep.
I did not know that. Like it needs to be a searchable term. It was so much good stuff. I'm sitting here like, if I don't get this, I'm never gonna get anything good like this again. So that was my turning point. Like, it was pretty much straight up in the beginning. I was like, okay, can we fast forward to where I sign up, because I need this like now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a really good story, and a lot of people need to hear that, because you brought up a really good point. So many people are about like, oh, I've got like it's a hobby for them. And Instagram's not a hobby for me. It's not a hobby for you. Like, it's a business. If you're gonna get followers, get paid and generate them in the right way where they're intellectual. They're not the tire kicker, yay or nay, rate 1 to 100 followers. They're like the, you know what, they're gonna pay you and buy this shit followers. And those are the kind that I want. And there's no reason, like, I think a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, like, I don't wanna ask people for money. You don't have to. If you're providing value, value sells. And so like with what you're doing, which is what I want to get into here, is people are loving the pictures that you're posting, and they're asking you about, like, is this a product, or can I buy this, or like, where can I get it? And so you've started an e-commerce store, which is one of the biggest growing niches in the whole world. If you guys are watching this right now, e-commerce taking off huge. It's where the focus is, billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar industry, and you're taking advantage of it right now. So you started a home decor account. You're at 36,000 followers now, and you are getting sales from Instagram for the products that you're posting pictures of?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay, give us some detail, like give us some rundown on basically what you're doing there.
So basically, when I am on Instagram, I'm not, even though I'm a consumer, I'm not like just blindly consuming. So
Yeah.
if I see a picture, if I'm gonna stop on a picture, it's either gonna be something because my account is a repost. So am I gonna repost it? Am I gonna research the hashtags on that? Why, what does it look like? What's in there? Is it something I can sell that's in this picture? I have a bunch of folders in my saved section that, that's like, okay, so each picture that I stop on, there's a reason I stopped on it.
Sure.
Once I get those pictures, if I find something that's a repost or something that's like a product post, I will go ahead and post it, and then I will say something, have something in the caption. Since it's home decor, I give home decor tips a lot of times. Sometimes it's just like, what's your opinion, depending how much time I have. But most of the time it's a tip, and then there's a structure to my caption, which is another thing that's covered in the course. You don't just throw something up there in the caption.
Sure.
And I'll put to follow me, and then I'll tell them to either DM me or go on the website, follow the link in bio that to find XYZ item. Like, I'll already direct them to whether it's the chandelier, whether it's like a chair, or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much what I'm doing with the e-com store.
That's awesome.
And, the other thing too is I have the YouTube channel where instead of directing people to Amazon to buy the craft items, because my channel is the crafting channel.
Sure.
Directing them to my page, because a lot of this stuff is pretty easily accessible for fairly inexpensive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can, make a craft and strategically pick what I'm going to use in it, and
Sure.
those are things that I sell, and those are key items. So if you want to make this, you really need this item that I have.
Sure.
So those are the two major parts of my e-com store. It range from like $40, $50, $60 in sales, but they're getting small things. They're like $6, $5, $10 items, and they're getting multiple of those things.
Sure.
So far it's just like small things, but I haven't run any ads. I haven't done anything. It's just from my one little bit of exposure that I have right
Sure.
now on social media.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about, there's two other things, because I know you've got another income stream that you've just opened up with Instagram. Talk about that in a second. So that's coming up, guys. Hey, by the way, if you're brand new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, okay? And if you have any questions for either myself or Lisa, drop them in the comments below. We will answer all of your questions. Okay, so tell us about, as far as growth on Instagram, sustainable growth, attracting followers in the right way, what has been the most effective method that you have found in the program?
In the program is the hashtag, like the staircase method, the hashtags. That is wow, that's like the best of the best for attracting the followers. Because I mean, you know, I think as you get bigger, you get more leeway. They push your stuff a little bit more than if you're like a smaller account. But not knowing how to use the hashtags and how to pick them appropriately and do the different groups, I think that's something that's major. If you don't know how to do that, you're just gonna you'll be wasting your time.
That's awesome. That's created results for you then, being able to use the staircase method correctly?
Yes.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Cool. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about the second income stream that you guys have been waiting for, which is Instagram Media Agency. So you've recently picked up a couple clients with Instagram Media Agency. Just explain to everybody really quick, like what you're doing with that. What's the scope of the work? Like who, you don't have to mention names or anything, but like who have you taken on? Like what are you doing with that?
So right now I have a lot of, they're kind of running into each other, just people that I know that told me, hey, you need to go into home decor. And so now I am into home decor. And so they will have Instagram accounts for businesses. Most of the people that I know have either they have some sort of like personal business that they're doing or opening something up. So I have one person that she has like a jewelry store. Her Instagram looks horrible. And she had no clue, like she doesn't know at the beginning or the end. So she just kind of came to me, is like, hey, I heard you're the Instagram expert. I'm like, you know what, yeah, I am. I don't have a certification that says that.
Yep, exactly.
So she came to me and asked me for advice, and we started talking, and then we came up with a plan that would work for her. It's not necessarily something I would do for everyone, but just because of who she is, I'll be, you know, I'm gonna be doing some of the posts for her, taking some of the pictures for her, just to make the page look better, and also teach her along the way.
Sure.
That you know that I know that works.
Sure.
So that is that account. The other account is going to be a she has like a play place, and it's local. So she already has a lot of knowledge of like ads and all of that. So she doesn't necessarily need that part of it, but she doesn't know how to use Instagram, how to make the page look good, what is the caption, and all that. Those are the things that I will be helping her with. So those are my two clients right now. And again, everything is like a couple weeks old, and things are just picking up so fast. I'm like, whoa.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. And that right there, you're a couple weeks into that, but you're at about what, $1,000 a month now at that point with that?
Each of these clients is $500 a month because I'm a beginner, so I want to make sure I can deliver what I say.
Sure.
And I can like a portfolio and be like, hey, I grew this, and I can kind of charge a little bit more as we go.
Yeah, upsell to the next client, or even be able to go back and go, look, I know we just did this and we got you X amount of sales and this, but my knowledge has increased, so I'm gonna up my prices and just cycle that back in. And if they don't, then you just get a new client that's now paying $2,000, $3,000 a month. Because, I mean, if you can grow 36,000 followers on your account in, you know, a couple of months, you can do that on other people's. And if you know how to provide value and raise intellectual worth, you're gonna be able to get leads, you're gonna be able to get sales, people are gonna be engaged, all that stuff. So that's awesome. I appreciate you taking the time, Lisa. And once again, guys, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Make sure to smash the like button. If you have any questions about getting started with e-commerce generated sales with Instagram, getting started with an IMA, an Instagram media agency, these are some of the top income streams to use in 2019 with Instagram, and some of the top ways that I recommend for how to make money with Instagram, and I'm sure that Lisa can vouch for that as well. So guys, subscribe if you're brand new, drop a comment below if there's anything that we can help with. And Lisa, thank you so much for taking the time to share your results and expertise with my audience.